Hello, my name is Mercedes Reese. I'm a staff attorney at Neighborhood Legal Services Buffalo office in our Public Benefits Unit. Today I'm going to talk to you about fair hearings. What is a fair hearing? A fair hearing is a chance to challenge a decision made by the Department of Social Services, DSS. At a fair hearing, you are allowed to tell your side of the story. A worker from DSS can also tell their side of the story. An administrative law judge listens to both sides and decides who is right. You will receive a written decision in the mail telling you if you won or lost your hearing. When can I request a fair hearing? There are many situations in which you may request a fair hearing. Here are some common examples. When DSS makes a change in your benefits. This could mean that DSS closed your case, reduced the amount of benefits you receive, or changed the way your benefits are distributed. When DSS denies or does not respond to your request for benefits. This includes SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, cash assistance, the Home Energy Assistance Program, Medicaid, a restaurant allowance, a security deposit, moving and storage expenses, and temporary housing assistance. When DSS says that you can work, but you disagree with the decision. When you believe that DSS is giving you the wrong amount of benefits. When DSS discontinues your benefit. Or when DSS says that you owe them money. Are there any time limits to request a fair hearing? You must request a fair hearing within the set time limits. For cash assistance and Medicaid issues, you have 60 days from the date of the notice to request a hearing. For SNAP, you have 90 days. The notice you receive in the mail should have a page with the deadlines written. Can I keep receiving benefits while I wait for my fair hearing decision? Yes, but only in certain cases. This is called aid continuing. Aid continuing is available when DSS wants to discontinue a benefit you already have. For example, you can request aid continuing if DSS sends you a notice saying that they intend to change or stop your benefits. You must request the hearing before the date that DSS changes or stops your benefits. This is a shorter time limit for aid continuing than it is for your hearing request. This is called the effective date and must be included in your notice. Losing a hearing when you had aid continuing may result in an overpayment, meaning you must pay DSS back for the amount of aid continuing. How can I request a fair hearing? You can request a fair hearing online, by mail, by fax, or by telephone. To request a fair hearing online, you may print out a fair hearing request form or complete the online version at otda.newyork.gov/hearings/request. If you print the form, you can send it by fax to 518-473-6735 or by mail to New York State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance, Office of Administrative Fair Hearings, P.O. Box 1930, Albany, New York 12201. You may also fill out the hearing request at the bottom of the hearing page included in your notice from the Department of Social Services and send that in. If you would like to request a hearing by telephone, you can call the toll-free phone number to request that hearing. That phone number is 1-800-342-3334. Be sure to tell the person you speak with if you want aid continuing or if the situation is an emergency. What should I expect after I request a hearing? You will receive 2 notices in the mail from the Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance. The first notice is a fair hearing acknowledgement. That notice includes important information like the date of your request, the issue for the hearing, the fair hearing number, and whether you will receive aid continuing. The second notice is your scheduling notice. This notice will list the date, time, and location of your fair hearing. If you cannot attend the hearing at the scheduled date and time, call OTDA and ask them to reschedule your hearing. This is called an adjournment. If the notice says your hearing will be by phone, most do, you have the right to ask for a video or in-person hearing. You can call the same number you used to request the hearing or include that in your original hearing request. You can also tell the judge when they call. The judge will then reschedule your hearing so you can appear in person or by video. What should I do to prepare for my fair hearing? You may call Neighborhood Legal Services at 716-847-0650 if you are in Erie or Niagara County, or 585-343-5450 if you are in Genesee, Wyoming, or Orleans County, to see if we can take your case and possibly represent you at the fair hearing. Our decision to represent will depend upon the facts of each case and the availability of advocates at the time of your hearing. It is best to call Neighborhood Legal as soon as you request a hearing in order to give us adequate time to review your case and so that we can prepare for the hearing. You do not need an attorney or legal representative to go forward with the hearing. You should request the fair hearing evidence packet from the Department of Social Services and review it. The evidence packet will contain all the evidence that DSS plans on bringing to the hearing. DSS is required to give you copies of any documents you ask for relating to your case, including the evidence packet before the hearing. You should also gather your own evidence to support your side of the story. This could include doctor's letters, receipts, court papers, rent receipts, notices from DSS, statements from family, friends, or neighbors, and anything else that might support your claims. Write down everything that you did to correct the problem and keep records of each person whom you spoke to about the problem. Write down a plan of what you want to say to the judge at the hearing. Make sure to focus on why your position is correct and why DSS is wrong. Plan the order of what you will say. You can get instructions to submit your evidence at otda.newyork.gov/hearings/telephonic-hearings. You may also ask the DSS worker questions to point out inconsistencies in their story at the hearing. You can get additional information about representing yourself at a hearing at fairhearinghelpny.org. What should I do if I have any other questions about the fair hearing process? Call Neighborhood Legal Services at 716-847-0650.